Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I have two special guests.
I'm Empress Talia.
I'm Nkechi, aka NK.
Yes, and today we will be talking about shades of blackness. As women of color, I thought it was important for us to talk about how it is to be a woman of darker skin. Talia and NK, I wanted to know, how is it growing up being a girl with darker skin?
Well, I think for personally, I feel like I kind of grew up in this ambiguous middle area of skin tone. I never really got a lot of the teasing about being super light skinned. I also never really got a lot of the teasing about being dark skinned. When I think about my skin tone growing up, I feel like I was kind of pretty much ignored and just kind of a regular black girl, and there was not like really ambiguous.
So where did you grow up at? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Inland Empire of Southern California.
Okay, was there a lot of blacks there?
No. There were. I grew up in Rancho Cucamonga, which is a very culturally mixed area. We had a lot of Africans and Caribbeans. We also had a lot of black people who had moved out of Los Angeles further east. And so the teasing happened. But it was really mostly reserved for either extreme of the spectrum, and I kind of felt like I was right in the middle, and in that sense, like really was kind of invisible as a black girl and as a black woman, not really very remarkable.
So Miss NK.
Yes, repeat the question, please.
Yes, with you being a beautiful dark lady on a darker skin level, how was it for you growing up? Like, were you ever teased about your skin color? Did you ever question yourself, like, why is my skin color this color and everyone's, another color?
I for sure was teased. But as far as wanting another skin color, I never wanted another skin color because my mother was my same skin color.
Right.
Her father was my color.
Right.
My dad's father was my color. And then when I would go to school, I always described this as the people tried to just destroy my life with their words when it came to, in regards to my skin color, wearing glasses, things like that. But I didn't have an issue with being dark skinned. I thought it was beautiful because my mother was always at home counteracting that because she had already experienced it coming through school. So they would tear me down in school and she'd come home and build me up. So, or I'd come home and she'd build me up. So,
and is it okay for me to ask, what things, like, how did they tear you down? What did they try to do or say to try to tear you down or to make fun of your skin color?
I can remember in particular when I was in high school and I joined the cheerleading squad, and I remember we were on the quad practicing and someone just yells down from the top floor, third floor, who let that dark-skinned girl be a cheerleader? It's like,
how did you feel when he said that?
Initially, because it was just like kind of shocked, I was just like, whoa, but I think it more so affected my teammates because they were just like, oh my gosh, like, I was more so used to it, hearing it, because I heard it all the time.
Okay.
I heard things like that all the time.
And so my second question is for T and for NK. Have you ever felt like you were ugly because of your skin color?
Absolutely. I definitely felt like, at times I felt like if only I could be like a little bit more lighter shade, maybe I would be special or have more friends.
Light skin in a way? Not. You're not saying you want to be something other than black, but just a lighter.
Yeah, just a lighter shade. But also at the same time, when I was younger, my parents and I took a trip to Jamaica. And while we were in Jamaica, I spent a lot of time outside, a lot of time outdoors in the sun. And when I came back, I was just completely in love with my chocolate skin. Like the way that the sun had darkened my skin and just the way that it looked, I fell in love with myself at that point. But that happened at a transition period between seasons, so it was going into winter.
Okay.
And so when I got back to California, I wasn't exposed to as much sun. I didn't have as much opportunity to be outside, and so I could see my skin like progressively lightening throughout the days and weeks, and it was it was a little hard to deal with.
And so are you saying to me because you felt, I don't know, is it because what society said, if you're a certain color, if you're not light enough, you're not beautiful, is that why you think you felt ugly? Because clearly you're not. You're just naturally beautiful. So I'm trying to understand, and I want the people to understand, like, what exactly do you mean? Is it
I think
your looks, skin?
I think when I saw the attention that the lighter skinned girls my age would get, that was what initially had my desires, is to think like maybe if I was just a few shades lighter.
Okay.
However, when I saw myself darker, that was when I fell in love with myself. And I said, oh, this is actually what I really love and enjoy. And this is, one, I felt great, but also I like how I look like this. And so it was kind of, I was right in the middle again. Like, society wanted me to be lighter with straighter hair, to be considered pretty. And for me, I felt like if I had a rich, dark expression of my melanin, then I would be satisfied with how I looked. But really, at a certain point, you have to accept who you are. And I'm grateful that I do have the ability to darken with the sun exposure, but I'm also very happy with myself and who I am.
Okay. Anna, for MK, have you ever felt ugly because of your skin color?
I have never felt ugly because of my skin color. And like I said, I want to add on to what I was saying before about my mother, kind of counteracting the negativity when I got home. Also, even though my dad and mom didn't have the best relationship, I knew that my dad loved, absolutely adored my mother's dark skin and her nappy hair. And so that was a really good example for me. So I just never had an issue with being dark skinned.
And so for those parents who may be struggling with that, how did your mother empower you to have that self-love and to love your beautiful, because your skin is amazing. Like if I could change my skin, I would love your skin. Like I don't think I'm dark enough. That's how I feel. And I just love it.
I'm trying to get darker too.
Right? So how did your mom empower that in you?
But just constant words of affirmation, telling me how beautiful my skin was, telling me how strong I was, telling me I can do all things. Just always positive affirmation, positive uplifted, always.
Right.
And then being a beautiful black woman herself, me having a visual example.
Right. So shout out to your moms for that.
Oh yeah.
I also want to know, what would you tell a young black lady or a young black girl who may be going through different emotions about their darker skin color, or feeling less than because they're not light skinned or they're not white? What would you tell? I guess I'll start with T first. What would you tell that young black lady or that little black girl about their skin color?
I would tell that young girl that our melanin is our legacy, and how you show up in the world is a gift from your mother, your mother's mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, all the way back to the very first woman on the face of the planet. And the first woman on the face of the planet was a dark-skinned black woman, gorgeous and absolutely amazing. So know that who you are comes from a lineage of strength and beauty that's so deep, so rich, and so mysterious that folks will never be able to grasp or understand it on their first look. But you get to live that, and that beauty and that mystery and that richness is all a part of you for you to embrace and to explore.
And I'll add on to that. Because you just said something about them not getting it. They won't get it right now. Because I can recall being told when I was a youth by the elders, and elders in other races would tell me how beautiful I was and things, but my peers didn't see it yet until now. Like now, everyone thinks I'm beautiful, but back then they just weren't aware yet. They were not knowledgeable. And I would say, like my mom used to tell me that, especially when they tell you can't wear certain colors or makeup and things, that we are the epitome of all color. Every color is in us, and our melanin is for a specific reason. It in connection with the sun gives us superpowers. Yeah, we lit.
Right?
We lit. That's simple as that.
Winning now.
Yeah.
Winning out here.
We lit.
And my last question before we just go into like just a free talk. How do you feel about the phrase, "Oh, you're pretty for a brown skinned girl or a dark skinned girl"? Because we hear that a lot from men. So, T, how do you feel about that?
I think that's lame as hell. Can I say hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't cuss after that.
No.
Hey.
I think that's really lame. Like, if someone is beautiful, then they're beautiful. Not. I don't normally think that. Yeah, it's not a conditional beauty. And you're not beautiful for something. You're beautiful as you are. So if you're a man and you see a woman and you see her carry herself in a way that you've never seen before, you see a woman who's comfortable in her skin, you see a beautiful chocolate, brown, mocha, cinnamon, cappuccino, mocha latte, toffee woman,
Dark chocolate.
any type of woman, if you want to approach her, don't approach her with a condition. Let her know how you feel and what you appreciate, but don't. How do I put this? Don't be stupid. If you're short, I wouldn't approach you and say, "Oh, you're funny for a short guy,"
Right.
or "Oh, you're handsome for a short guy." Like, it just doesn't make sense. If you like this person and you like them for who they are, then you just like them. It's not in spite of them being. It's not because of them being. It's who this person is. And so when I hear people say things like that, honestly, to me, it lets me know that I'm probably not going to be interacting with that person for very long.
Almost immediately.
Almost immediately. So just pro tip, if you want a chance with a beautiful, amazing, glorious queen, don't come with your preset insecurities and don't come with your preset expectations, because you will be disappointed.
And how many times in life have we thought, because of the way we were raised and the way society has taught us to think, how many times have we thought that one thing was beautiful, and then when we actually get to know the person, find out that we really truly thought they were beautiful the whole time and didn't even know, because of some preconceived thought of beauty, some preconceived idea of beauty.
So I think it's important to say that we, as Black people, we come from each other. So the ideal partner for the Black woman is the Black man. We never thought that there was a problem with our skin until we were introduced to this concept by people who didn't have our skin. And so it's natural for us to love each other. It's natural for us to be entranced and want to be around each other and to celebrate each other. So when you tell someone, "Oh, you're pretty for a brown skin, you're pretty for a dark skin, you're pretty for X, Y, and Z," you're showing that you don't know yourself. Because what you love about that person is something that resonates deep inside of you.
And it's something that can be altered and changed very quickly, depending on the circumstances. So it's something that we really shouldn't get caught up in, because looks, like I said, the looks that we thought we liked, they can fade.
And if anything, they should be grateful, because I feel the darker the better. Like, that's honestly how I feel. So I think that should be changed, like you were saying, that men should not approach women like that.
And vice versa, women, because women,
it's like an insult. Like, what do you mean I'm pretty for a dark skinned girl, beautiful for a dark? Like, dark is ugly. No, dark is beautiful. So
it's like when you come at us like that, we hear you trying to give a compliment, but it's not at all a compliment.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Backhand.
And nobody likes backhanded compliments.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of off topic, but not really, because you guys have beautiful natural skin. They don't have any makeup on, okay? This is what natural beauty looks like. And I was just talking about this in my other video. What do you guys do to keep your skin looking so beautiful and so rich and just so smooth and just everything?
Drink water.
Lots of water. Eat vegetables. Eat fruit. Work out.
They're vegan. I'm on my way there, so that's what helps them too. So.
And then we're blessed. The Most High has blessed us with our skin as well.
Yeah.
I can't take too much credit.
Yeah. But overall, drinking that water and exercising.
Drinking that water and eating real food. making sure that your leafy green ratios are really high, eating your sea vegetables, and then a proper skincare routine will only help. A friend of mine recently taught me about the moisture barrier and how maintaining the moisture barrier within our skin is very helpful to keeping the youthful and the glowing appearance.
Okay. And not overusing products, because I've seen a lot of times people try to use all the products to clear their skin, and then go to the doctor and find out that all they need to use is water, and their face clear up immediately almost.
Yeah. Black soap.
What is you just said something. What is the something barrier?
The moisture barrier?
Yeah, what is that?
So your skin is a layer of cells on top of each other that kind of keeps the outside out and the inside in. Okay. And in between the outside and the inside, there's a little layer of fat, oil, or something that repels water to keep what's outside of your skin from getting absorbed all the way through. And so if you understand that layer of moisture inside of your skin is there and what it's there to do, and you bolster that, you can end up really helping your skin to flourish and be its best. The example, one of the things that I do, that I was introduced to, is oil pulling. And so in the morning, when I go to wash my face, I'll get a handful of oil, coconut oil, vitamin E oil, jojoba oil, a blend of oils, some type of oil, and I wash my face with the oil. Get it nice and oily, keep it massaged in there at least 1 minute, longer if you can, and it will pull all of the oil that's already in your pores. It will pull that out, so whiteheads, blackheads, all those types of things, it'll pull it out of the skin.
And then eventually you get beautiful skin like that.
You get
like you guys.
And then I just wash it with some simple black soap. Rinse, wash off the oil. Face is
I have to try that. I got the black soap, but I need to try it.
Get that oil in there,
Is there any, before we end the video, is there any last words you guys would have to say or just about being black? First of all, I'm proud to be dark skinned. And like I said, I wish I was darker. But is there anything else you would like to say about being a beautiful, strong, black, powerful woman of color?
I would like to say that in order to be a powerful, beautiful, strong, black person, it's imperative to understand that you live in a system and a society that is set up specifically to tear you down. And if you truly understand what that means, then taking the process to heal, taking the time to go through the process, to heal from the trauma that's been inflicted on you just by being born where you're born at and experiencing what you've experienced will help you to flourish into being your truest, most beautiful, freest, and best self. And that's really the best thing you can do for yourself and the world, is to heal yourself, love yourself enough to heal yourself.
And Kenny?
I agree with all of that. But I would say mostly going within and, like Talia said, being freeing yourself pretty much from all these constructs that have been built for us, and to just do unto others as you would have done unto you. If you know you being dark-skinned, it would not feel good for someone else to come and say something negatively about you. Don't do it to others. Uplift, constant upliftment of not only ourselves, looking in the mirror, uplifting ourselves, but our people around. Because we're a collective. Each individual, we come together, we're a collective. We can't do it by ourselves. So I love us, and I want to say, if I had to come back 1,000,000 times, I come back black and dark skinned each time.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my beautiful friends. And I just met NK today, and she has a lovely spirit. And thank you for my friend T, who always been here for me. And she's the one that always helps me enlighten my inner also. So I want to say thank you for embracing your blackness and loving your blackness and being natural, beautiful role models for our little babies out here. So I see you guys tomorrow. We're going to get a song of the day. And thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe.